Periodically here on Gromaha, we like to highlight entrepreneurs and businesses. Today we have a young entrepreneur who will make you feel good about the future of our city. Joseph Saaid is with us. He is the owner of Joseph Saaid Photography and 2021 graduate of UNO. Joseph, good morning. Welcome.
Thank you for having me, Jeff.
Yeah, it's good to have you on the show. And, as luck would have it, last night I went to FranNet of the Heartland's fundraiser. Last week we had Blake Martin from FranNet of the Heartland right here on the show. And there was a guy taking photos, and he comes over to me and says, "Hey, I'm going to be on your show tomorrow." And it was you, Joseph. You were busy down there taking pictures.
Yeah, I was happy to run into you. It was a great coincidence.
How was that event? Blake Martin's awesome.
Yeah, it was very nice. I don't know, Joseph, had you been to it before? It's an annual thing, but I was impressed with how many people were there at the hot shops, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah, this was my third year photographing it, and I'm not sure, don't quote me on this, but I think this might have been like a record attendance for the event.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your photography business.
Yeah, Jeff. So what I always tell people when they ask me about my business is I help people build credibility through powerful photography. So I work with businesses and I also work with individuals. So things like event photography, which I was doing last night, headshots, branding photos, essentially showing off people working within their business so they could better promote themselves online.
So, and how did you get involved in this line of work?
Oh, man. I started photography as a hobby when I was pretty young. My dad gave me my first camera when I was 10. So kind of just done it for fun for a long time. And then just as time went on, I realized, maybe I could make a career out of this.
Can you really tell when professional photographers, it's a big difference when they hire someone like you who knows what they're doing versus someone gets on their iPhone, except for Jeff, who doesn't have an iPhone. And
Samsung, probably not part of the cult.
No problem. Jeff. But it's a big difference. And what's your recommendation to people that want something done for their website or their social media?
Yeah, that's a good question. Everyone has smartphones, like we all know that. And so I think what makes me different, what makes me different is, I know lighting. I know how to direct people, how to position people because I've been doing it for so long. So yes, anyone could take a pretty picture because we have good technology on our phones. But I think it's more about making the subject comfortable and knowing things like lighting and where to position people.
Joseph, you're a young professional. You've only been out of college for a couple of years. And so you're in a demographic group that's very important to Grow Omaha because we're very concerned about attracting people who are right out of college, keeping our college graduates here. Give us a little sense about maybe what you and your friends think about the Omaha business community as young professionals, in your case, entrepreneur, and give us a sense about how we're doing as a place that attracts and keeps people of your age group.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. And I feel like it's something that kind of comes up a lot with the people that I talk to, the young professional groups that I'm in. I would say, what's great about Omaha and the business community is that it's very relationship driven compared to, let's say, just other, major metropolis areas. So it's sort of less intimidating for someone who is, kind of just getting started. If you have a few connections, you could really kickstart, a good career, like how I was introduced to you through one of my UNO professors. I don't know if that would have happened in any other major city because Omaha is so interconnected.
My feeling is that any age, any level of experience, that the size Omaha is, and not just through social media, but through one or two people that have been around for a long time, are pretty accessible. If you do them wrong or you waste their time, it might be a short meeting, but at the same time, do you get the sense that younger entrepreneurs and younger people that are starting in business can move faster in a city like Omaha?
I would say definitely. I mean, what I've noticed is everyone is so supportive. Even just last night at the event, as I was taking photos, I had so many people come up to me and talk to me and, congratulate me on my business as I just went full time not too long ago. And I just got the sense that, everyone truly does want to support you. And I think that's what makes Omaha unique.
We're talking with Joseph Saaid, owner of Joseph Saaid Photography. And another question as a young professional, Joseph, how would you rate Omaha's desirability to people in your age group and who do business like you do from an entertainment, kind of like a recreation, nightlife,
social scene?
Yeah, social scene. How are we doing there right now?
Yeah. I've lived in Omaha the majority of my life, so I can't necessarily compare it to other places, but I do know I enjoy what we have going on. And, you were talking about the development that's happening in the city. So, with the new music venue, the Steel House, things like that, I feel like that we have a lot going on for the size of city that we are. And I find it enjoyable.
I guess here's another way to put it. When Jeff and I were your age, which was a long time ago, we would get a group of friends together and go down to Kansas City to go to things that we didn't have yet, which our tastes have changed. I don't know if Jeff's tastes have changed, but our tastes have changed. And things like Cheesecake Factory and what are some of the other things that we'd never had in Omaha that you go to Kansas City for shopping like twice a year or something like that? Do you and your friends take road trips, or do you feel that you have most of the things here?
I would say most of the things are here, with exception of maybe an IKEA. That's something that I would go to Kansas City down for if I want to go into a physical store. But other than that, I feel like everything is kind of nice and condensed here in Omaha. Yeah.
So you had mentioned some of the photography work. Do you also do any portraits, like senior pictures or weddings or anything like that, or is it mostly just business?
I would say most of it is business. As far as stuff like weddings and senior photos, I kind of offer those more on a limited basis. So if someone reaches out to me, I try to kind of keep it to people that are closer in my circle, that I'm going to do that for.
Okay. So if one of our listeners wants to get a hold of you, needs some photography work, what's the best way to do that?
Yeah, they could head to my website, josephsaaid.com. Saaid is spelled SAAID.com. And you could contact me through my contact page there and view all my work. So that'd be a good place.
Fantastic. Well, Joseph, appreciate you joining us. Glad that you are doing this business in Omaha, and we wish you nothing but the best of success.
Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it.
It was our pleasure. Joseph Saaid of Joseph Saaid Photography.
If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.